Good afternoon, friends. Today I am here with so many questions in my mind, and I wish to share with you all. In the present scenario, where the entire universe, entire world is undergoing several types of the disastrous situations due to the pandemic coming one after another, and we don't know how long it will continue. And during all these periods, what is happening, we are finding our friends and all those who are involved in homeopathy, they are greatly concerned with the problem that is there with them regarding their own health, regarding the positions of the future, and what will be the status in future. So with so many questions, you all are so much anxious at these situations. And I feel that it is right time that we should make an introspection to maintain at least some amount of peace within the mind. Friends, being a physician, we have the greatest task and responsibility provided to us for the society. And the entire society is looking before us with great expectations. We as a homeopath, we have learned the system of medicines which is derived from the most natural source, and it has emerged to be coming up as a system of medicines which can provide all type of the treatment for the chronic cases and the acute cases. And we say that we have the answer for all. True. Do we have the answer for all? Every phenomena, the entire literature, both philosophy and medica and practice, they are filled with so many cures, wonder cures, which were performed in the past. But what is happening now? How much we are out of the restlessness or out of the dissatisfaction, especially among the youngsters, who are fighting between their survival for their existence to get established in the society. Getting job are their priority. Getting established as a practitioner is their priority. But what it requires during all these conditions, that we must maintain at least a introspection of your mind, thinking why it is like this, and how much we are trained and how much we are confident in practicing medicines, how much we are trained. We have undergone 5.5 years of graduation course, and someone of you have passed with the post-graduation course also. And still, after having so much training, and if you don't find yourself confident, where we are lacking? Where we are lacking? What is the amount? What is the things? Are these systems not useful for the society? The law derived by our master, Dr. Henneman, was said to be the most natural system of the medicine, derived from every aspect of the nature, and it has been considered, taking in with the every amount and great care, and to formulate a system. And then we have the Metra Medica filled with so many medicines. Not one Metra Medica, so many Metra Medica are there. They are all filled, and the number of medicines has filled up to more than 5,000. medicines and still growing. Friends, what I observe in the present scenario on the WhatsApp and other social media, some of our friends are making claim that this medicine is very useful, that medicine is very useful for this conditions or that conditions. Is it true? Is it true? Or it is a statement coming out from unilateral thoughts? It is a statement coming out from the unilateral thoughts? Or we are coming out with a certain amount of the training that we have been undertaking the case taking, and after the case taking, the totality of the symptoms has to be drawn, and the totality of the symptoms needs to be repertorized and found out for a single medicine, and that constitutes the totality of the symptoms. Do we perceive the totality of symptoms in completeness? What we think about the totality and where it stands? And when we have to practice homeopathy, can we ignore the totality of symptoms? And when we think about prescribing on one symptoms or two symptoms, just for the sake of providing some of our satisfaction to give and come into the positions. Friends, indeed it is a very serious matter. When we go into the Mitra Medica, each medicine has got various symptoms. Not one, not two. There are hundreds and thousands of symptoms are there. And derived from all those symptoms in totality, one medicine has to be drawn. So how you can claim? And that medicine is also for the individual patients, not for the mass. Not for the mass. So, making such type of the statement, we have to think what we are making and what we are doing, and where we are here. Is it true that we should simply state that this medicine is good for this condition? It is just like the allopathic system of the medicine. They have the answer because they have their system to be practiced like that. They have the systems to be practiced like that. They have select the medicines on acceptability, and they have they can give two medicines together. But can we give the medicines together? We are derived out of the totality of the symptoms based on all number of the symptoms in the patient. And this is the law of the similia that we have to follow. And if we deviate from the law of similia, are we in a position to be called as homeopath? If we are not prescribing on the totality of the symptoms, are we ready to be called as a homeopath? Friends, I feel very sorry for all those practitioners who don't hear, and they are not perishing their life, but they're destroying the entire system of the medicine. Entire system of the medicine. System of medicines has to be on a principles. We are taught right from the beginning in the organ medicine. The first step for it we are taught, and that is reminder, we have to behave like a physician. We have to behave like a physician. Physicians are who? A person who derived out of the so many training, not one subject, not two subjects, not three subjects. In BHMS course, we have almost 12 subjects taught in our country. And students have to devote 5.5 years. Are they acquiring only the certificates, or they are learning the principles? This is one of the biggest questions. For the sake of passing examination is not sufficient. Because after passing, you will get what? Only a certificate. And what is the utility of the certificate? That is that you will as a doctor. Recognized as a doctor. But do you feel that you are a doctor from inside your heart? Because feeling of the doctors, feeling of the physicians has to come from our heart. We have the inner confidence that what I have done and what I am selecting a medicine, and that medicines will work definitely. That will work definitely, and it is happening. There are many practitioners all over the country, and they are very deep thinker. They sit with the patients at least for some time. At least for some time. And this is reality. This is the status. And we should not compare ourselves with the other system of the medicine. We should not compare with the other system of medicine. It is very much essential. You have to understand yourself first, who you are, and what is your principles, what are your law, and where you have to, and what are your limitations is also important. We are not made for everything. Definitely not. We have our limitations of our mind. We have the limitations of our understanding, limitations of our study, knowledge. All these limitations are there. So why not to accept these things? See, the honesty that counts for the practice of the medicine. A professionalism is important. Professionalism is important for becoming a practitioner. Practitioners and medical are the greatest and most noblest profession on earth. Everyone have desire to become and acquire the noble professions. Like God, the activity that you are going to and that you are handling with the patient, you are not handling with the machine. You are not handling with the other mechanical things. You are handling with the most precious life, one of the most precious life, and that needs great care. It is not a haphazard way of practicing. Practice never comes with the haphazard way. Sincerity, patience is very much required. When you learn sitting with the patient, how much time you devote with your patient? How much time? Until you are devote time with the patient, how you can say that you know the patient very well and you have understood every for the entire life. You have sacrificed your time, the most valuable time. After spending for more than 5.5 years at the graduation course, and if you don't feel satisfied, what was your outcome? You are not able to prescribe a medicines for the single fever. You are not in a position to prescribe a medicines for any of the situations, and you don't get the confidence. Why it is like this? Only because you have not understood the system properly. You have not taken the subject seriously. Medicine is a matter of subject, serious subject. Medicine is a matter of serious subject. It has to be. It has to be very much. Sincerity is required. Our honesty is required. Our gravity is required. Physicians are born. Physicians are born after the several grinding. It is like life coming out of the meditations. Life coming out of the meditations. And this is the ultimate aim for the physicians to learn. Ultimate aim for the physicians to learn. We have to learn, and this is the constant practice. Today we are thinking, and there are some common demands from the fellow practitioners. Let me practice other system of the medicine. Why like this? Why other system of medicines you need to practice now? Are you not satisfied with your own system of medicines? Or you are not getting the answer from the own system of medicines? And if you study some of the medicines of the other system, you will become the complete doctor? It is a quackery. It is a quackery. Integrations is being taught nowadays. Integrated system of the medicine. What does it mean? That to use all the systems together? No. We have to sit with the other system of the medicines. We have to learn talking with the other fellow physicians. We have to share the experience, where is our limitations and where we can act. And this is the way of integrating the medicines with other people. We should not and never try to put our leg into the other system of the medicine. Because for the whole life, it is difficult to become a physician. It is very difficult to become a physician for the whole life. It needs great perseverance. It needs great patience. What I used to say, a physician's life of the physicians is like a caterpillar, and who are eating, and thereafter getting satisfied with the eating, they put themselves inside the cocoon, and the new life is born, and that is the butterfly. And this butterfly has the ability to fly high into the sky. This butterfly has the high altitudes, have high imaginations, and they have the wide considerations. So development of the concentrations and development of the imaginations and development of the applicability is very much important. Applicability of the medicines is very much important. And this can happen only with our sincere dedications. This can happen only with our sincere dedications. Dedications means being committed, being feeling of the responsible, having a feeling of the responsible. I am here to serve, and serving is the best gift from us by God. Everyone who serves, he gains best. So first we should learn how to serve. First we should learn how to give. First we should learn how to live for the society. Not for, I don't say you are not living, you don't have to live for your family. I don't say you have to live for your survival. Yes, your survival is also important. Your survival is also important. And lot of that care has been taken up for those practitioners who don't have the confidence. They are opting for the job, no matter. But being in the job, are you satisfied that you will be able to serve the requirements of the job? Or simply getting the salary at the end of the month? If you have this type of the expectations, to getting the salary at the end of the month and now my job finished, so you are finished and you don't needs to be called as a physician. And this is happening, and entire society is looking very, very seriously at you, and you are active. You are being watched. The society is the helpless creature. They are in problem, and they seek and they take every words to be your the most gifted words for them. And they look. I saw some of the patients asking, "Sir, I have seen this medicines on the WhatsApp. Can I use it?" And he showed me the name of the medicine, and this name of the medicines was wrongly put. Why? The doctor has put, or that patient has put. It was just a forwarded message. It was just a forwarded message. So what is the requirement? We have to be careful. We have to be careful about the way we should practice, how you are being projected in the society. You are being watched. People are looking at you with great expectations, and people are looking at you with great cautions, and you are being watched. And if you fail to demonstrate at this moment, if you fail to demonstrate yourself at this moment, what will happen? What will happen? Just imagine. The entire system will collapse. The medical science has developed not in 1 year, 2 years, but with the traditional thousands and thousands of the years. History are repeating, and we are the part of the present history, and we have to make a contribution to the present for the future history. What should be our future? What should be our contribution? What type of information we are going to provide to the society, so that it become useful document for the future generations to learn? Are we teaching? And they can be used with great confidence by them, because we are using all those informations that were provided to us by our masters, previous masters, and we are proud of them. We are proud of them, and we feel great confidence when we read them. But whether the future generation is going to read with great confidence about yourself, whatever you write, whatever you talk, and whatever way you behave, everything is important. Becoming a physician is the greatest ideology. Becoming a physician is the greatest ideology. A doctor is not the ideological. Doctor has to become and follow the ideology. We have to follow the ideology. We have to be with the society, and have to be demonstrative. And this demonstrative has to be not by our words, but by our actions. Our actions speak. The results, the patients they receive, they should receive this, and they could feel better with it. So friends, there are many things to be shared. Many things to be shared. At this moment, I am greatly concerned with the learning process. I am greatly concerned with our erratic behavior that is being demonstrated on the social media. Erratic behavior, not irresponsible behavior. We have learned what we have learned, and what we are demonstrating in the society. They don't have any matching. No match is there. So inside and outside we are different people. We have to one. Inside and outside we have to be one. This is important. Inside and outside we have to. What we have, it has to be demonstrated. And we have to understand our limitations also. It is not necessary that I know everything. At this age of 68, I feel I am an incomplete man. I am an incomplete man because I have only went through the scratch of the philosophy and a scratch of the medicines. Every day I read medicines. Every day I read philosophy. I get new information. So how much reading habit you have developed? A physician's life is like a continued learning program. It don't end with your graduation course, with your post-graduation course. It has to continue forever, till the end of your life. Till the end of your life, it has to continue till the end of your life. So the learning, sharing, and meditations. Try to make a habit of reading one medicine every day. Going to the repertory, learning some of the rubrics every day, and at least reading one FRE every day. How much time it will take? It is like the religious year. We used to offer in the morning. We have to make an offering like this. The physician's offering is that he should upgrade himself, he should update himself, and he should become more and more enhancing. It is not complete. I cannot become the complete in one life. Whatever I learn, it is the accumulated information that I have. And this information is my limitation. I am not the master. I am not the greatest person. I am simply a physician. I want to become a physician, and I want to remain a physician. Serving the people, thinking about the life, and the life with the simplicity. Life with the simplicity. It is an important message that I give to you all. Simplicity. Our master, Dr. Boger, is acclaimed to be the greatest practitioner of his era. And he was designated as the man with the simplicity. Our king, he dedicated his life teaching homeopathy. Our master Herring, he destroyed many of his organs of the body only for making search. How much we have done? How much pain we have taken for this homeopathy? How much understanding we have developed for this homeopathy? When we are getting something from the home system of the medicines, it is also our duty to make contribution for its development. And contribution is not that you should contribute in some way. You have to contribute by making your own learning ability. If you develop a learning ability, if you develop a learning ability and the sincerity of practicing homeopathy and not looking into other system of the medicines, other way of practicing, and just limiting yourself within your arena are the only things that is required right now. You can still become great. Every day starts, and every day are the learning opportunity. My message is only to make you understand the philosophy, make you understand why we are physicians, and what is our responsibility. Physicians and responsibility is important. We are responsible persons, and responsibility means not simply demonstrating. Responsibility means something which is very much pious, very much religious. Only a religious person can become a register. Dr. King has rightly said that a man cannot become a physician unless he has got belief in the God. Yes, you have the three dimensions of the life you have to follow: the spirituality, mental, psychology, and the three dimensions. You are so much trained not to treat only the one plane of the body, but you are treating all the three planes of the body, and together, not one by one. You are treating all the three planes of the body together, and you are drawing a totality out of the spirituality, mentality, and the physical symptoms, and that constitutes your totality, and that constitutes your understanding. Dr. Bonnie Hutchins has rightly said, the patient is never indicated by a single symptom, however peculiar it is. However peculiar that symptoms may look at, that may seems to be. Are we following these statements? Or simply prescribing on the keynotes? Keynotes doesn't mean that you prescribe on one symptom. Keynotes means to prescribe on all the key, means all the things that constitute to be the key. All those phenomena and all those symptoms which constitute to be the key for that medicine. So, and what is that key? That key is the only totality. So often we misunderstood with the words. Keynote prescribing means the single medicine, single symptoms. No, never. Because once you develop this habit of prescribing a medicine on the single symptoms, you will lost your identity of being a homeopath. You will forget about the homeopathy. You will deviate from the homeopathic system of the medicines, and it will become difficult for you to return back. I have seen some youngster out of the curiosity and out of the attractions of the external world, they have spent learning several other things, and at the end of their advanced age, they find themselves frustrated. Why? Because all these were lost in vain. All those things were lost in vain. Why? Because they were not based on the reality. They were the delusional matter. Delusional matter, and life don't depend on the delusional matter. Life depends only on the reality. So friends, try to learn and look for the reality of the life. Look for the reality of the life is important. And when you have developed this habit, you can start getting up into the new phenomena of the medicine. I had tried myself to express before you so many understandings and so many thoughts so that we can have a better sharing we can have a better understanding for the future. It is right time now, friends. It is right time, because crisis is also it is like a challenge. The situations faced, and just I tell you, the last year when the situation started with sudden COVID lockdown everywhere in the country, the homeopathy got an opportunity to become one of the most popular system of medicine simply by using the arsenicum. And this year, in spite of having so much great popularity, where you stand, how many patients you have cured, how many patients you have feel confident in prescribing, and how many patients you feel that you have able to treat them. But every symptoms, we see hundreds of medicines. How you can select one medicine out of the, simply by looking at one medicine, one symptom? It comes like the repertorial analysis. It comes through the repertorial analysis. Mind has to work in a repertorial manner, concentrating from the bigger area to the smaller area, concentrating from the bigger area to the smaller area, learning into the life and sitting with the patient is a great, wonderful opportunity for us. Because every patient that comes before you, he offers a great opportunity to learn and enter into the new arena of the world. Every new patient you see, it is a wonderful opportunity for you. And don't you feel excited when you learn something new from the patient? I feel thrilled with the information receiving from the patient and trying to find out the medicines, suitable medicines, by correlating all those phenomena together so that I can get the answer. Learning, and it has to be research-oriented case-taking format. Research-oriented case-taking format, that is more important for us. Case-taking is not simply collecting the data. It is sitting with the patient and making a research into the life of the patient. The whole history of the life of maybe 50 years, 60 years has to be taken within 1 hour, 2 hours. Is it possible? Yes, until you concentrate on them. Until you concentrate on them. And concentration makes the greatest power. So try to learn concentrating and meditating into the life. Meditating. I used to teach every day. I used to tell every student, friends, first you read every day some medicines. Whether you are looking for whatever may be your daily routine, but start your day reading some medicines, reading some rubrics, and then you read anything else. And if you make a habit, you can get a great insight in your learning habit. Insight is required. We all have the third eye. We all have the intuitive eye. And this intuitive eye is possible with the learning process, with the patient. Education's learning and knowledge are related matters. And they are very much religious in nature. Very much religious in nature. And they require your introspections first. First you see where you lack. Where you are lacking. What is the limitations and what you need to know. Where you have been trained and how much you have studied. You have the information about your training. How much entire organon of the medicines, all the files, how many times you have read those files. And then the medicines, How many times you have gone through one medicine? When I used to ask some of the students, tell me 5 symptoms and characteristic symptoms of any medicine. They feel very easy. I have asked such a simple questions to them. I put my finger like this. Now start. 1, 2, and 3, and no more than that. So how much you knew? Only 1 or 2 out of so many medicines, so many symptoms. Characteristic symptoms, those characterizing features of the life. If you are not able to understand this characterizing feature, how you are going to understand the characterizing feature of the medicines and the system of the medicines? My appeal to all of you, until you prove yourself for the present, the future generation is not going to forgive you. Future generation is not going to forgive you. Yes, there may be your ancestors and there may be your teachers who might not have taught you properly because they have gone through the same pages of the life. And this is true with the homeopathic system of the medicines right from the beginning. But among this scenario only, few came up and grew up to become a sincere homeopath. Few came up and grew up to become a sincere homeopath. So friends, devote time thinking about your life, thinking about your future, and thinking about your responsibility. My message is very much precise. I am very much concerned at this age what should be and where the homeopathy should stand for the future. The government is looking with great expectations. We have provided you great infrastructures for you, and whether you are going to prove it and take it for the future or accept them as a future for the system. That will take time will take. Time will take. Because until we have this type of the introspections, you cannot heal. You cannot become a physician. So first friend, each and every individual physician has to coordinate and act as a responsible behavior for this to prove that homeopathy system of medicines is great. It is not one man contribution. It is a cooperative way of learning. It is a cooperative way of understanding that will help you understand everything. I have tried to make some of the thoughts. I don't know how many thoughts are still there. I'll keep talking to you with all those sentiments. This is only my sentiment and concern for the homeopathy that makes me to speak before you like this today. In our Thursday class, we have been teaching you the different topics every time. But this Thursday, I thought, let us share some of the heart-to-heart talk with you all. Heart-to-heart talk with you all. It is not an emotional matter. It is not an intellectual matter. It is a matter of perception, understanding. It is a matter of great concern. It is a matter of need of the time, and it is a matter of the reality. So with these thoughts, I comes to an end of this session, and I hope I have been possible to incite some of the views into your mind. Let us think, let us think. Start thinking right now. Start thinking right now. It is never late, sir. Nothing has gone worse. Nothing has gone worse. Everything has developed a great. And the homeopathy will not die. It is also true. Homeopathy will not die. It will continue. Why? Because it is based on the natural philosophy of homeopathy. Natural system, natural principles of the universe. So it will never die. Only the dust will come and get covered, and some will come here to remove those dust and make you a fresh feeling about this. So we all should be the partner. We all should be the partner in making this system of medicines a great opportunity for our life. It is one-time opportunity, and we must have a wonderful session with all of you. And feel free with coordinating and asking. Feel free in coordinating, asking, and sharing your views like this. And don't get involved into spreading the rumors of this medicine or that medicines, because these rumors are destroying the image of the system of the medicine, destroying the image of the system of the medicine. So behave like a homeopath, behave like a physician, and heal yourself like a physician. So this is the only message that I wanted to contribute today to you. And with these words, I thank you very much for listening to me today. Thank you.